Welcome, people of YouTube. Guy Gash here again today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for clicking on my video. So today's topic is about simplifying your meditation practice. So if you are a meditation practitioner, or you've had a go at meditation in the past, or you're still trying to, and you're not reaching that meditative state or that place where you think you need to get to, or you just don't feel like you're getting it right, or you're struggling, here's a good video for you that will help you along the way. I've been a meditation practitioner for maybe a strong 3 to 4 years now. It's part of my daily routine, it's part of my daily practice, and yeah, there's a few tips that I've learned along the way that does help you get to a more relaxed state and treating your practice with a bit more fun and joy rather than frustration. So the first thing I'd like to touch upon is posture. Posture is your main one that will help you get into more of a relaxed state. So a lot of times I used to almost sit like I'm sitting now. You know, you don't want like a straight back, or however your meditation practice is going. You might prop yourself up with cushions. Comfort's a good thing, but yeah, you want a wakeful posture. I used to meditate early mornings and not really have the full benefit of it or feel like I'm doing it, because I used to get up, I was tired, and then all of a sudden I'd just be like with a arch slouched back, and then I'll be nodding off. And that's quite common among people who do try meditation. They do end up falling asleep and stuff because it's not about relaxing like that. It's about wakeful posture, staying awake and alert and relaxing within the alertness almost. So posture's the first thing I'd like to touch upon. Make sure your posture's right, make sure you've got a straight back, you're not trying to cause any pain, prop yourself up if you have to. You don't have to cross your legs, stretch your legs out. These are just little tips that will help you along the way into your meditation practice. So the actual act of meditation as well is you're not trying to get anywhere, you're not trying to do any kind of special thing. It's not this weird mystical thing where you almost have this mad experience, which you can have, because when you realise that you're not always what's going on in your head. But the act of meditation is bringing it to a point of focus. This is one of the biggest pointers of this video of simplifying your meditation practice. It's bringing it to a point of focus. So you might pick the breath, sensations of the body, how you feel to touch and stuff. Bringing it to that point of focus. When your mind runs away with itself, which you always will, it doesn't matter what you're doing, your mind will always try and work because that's what it's there for. When you're doing meditation, it's the polar opposite. You're asking your mind to do something completely different. So you can't put too much energy into trying to shut your mind off. And that's what a lot of beginner meditators do, or people trying meditation do. They think, oh, I shouldn't be thinking, my mind shouldn't be working, I shouldn't be listening to all of this. Well, actually you should. It's about experiencing everything that's going on up in there, but without having to get drawn into it. But this drawing into it that happens, it even happens to me, and your mind will pull you in, and I don't know, did I peg the washing out, did I lock the front door? This thing that pulls you in, it's the act of coming back to that point of focus. That is what meditation is. It's about your mind pulling you in and you realising that you're in this thought loop or the thought train, and then returning back. And the more you meditate, it's like doing press-ups. When you do press-ups for the first time round, you might be able to do 5. When you're doing this and your mind pulls you in, you might have to do it 20 times within a 10-minute meditation practice. Oh, my mind's pulled me in again, and you have to keep returning back. And when you've practiced over a course of 14 days, say, you realise that when you get to the 14th day, your mind don't pull you in that much, or you realise that you're about to get pulled in before it happens. Like when you're first starting, it's happened, and then all of a sudden it's like, where have I been? I've just been thinking for the past 10 minutes, rather than actually the act of meditating. So this pulling back to focus, why do we do that? Why is that meditation? Well, this pulling back to focus is our mind's pulling us away, and we're pulling it back to being, pulling it back to present. This act affects all your life. You can be at work and your mind pulls you in. The compulsive mind works like that. reactions work like that. When you're training yourself like this, in this way, to not react to your first thing that pops into your head, but almost like keep pulling yourself back to focus and concentration, it's brilliant because you've got more organisation within yourself. You're not just going it's like one centre and then you work from that, and you were a lot more constructive. That's just one little benefit to meditating. But to simplify your practice as well, whether you're doing mantra meditation or singing meditation, whatever you want to do, there's millions of meditations out there. The sole aspect is this one point of focus, whether it's the chant, the breath, the body. Yeah, just a little video to try and help people along with the meditating. Another thing that I found works really well, if you do have every meditation is different, every practice is different. Never judge your practice. That's another good way of simplifying your practice. Never judge yesterday's practice. Never judge today's practice on yesterday's practice, because they're two completely different things. And that is the point. You're fetching into the moment of now. So then doesn't matter, yesterday doesn't matter, or the future doesn't matter. It's not about getting better at anything. It's just to meditate. That is the practice, just to meditate. There's no good, there's no bad, there's no getting better. It's just an act of breathing and focus and concentration. And the benefits and everything that comes with it comes with just the practice. It doesn't have to be established or found or a destination that you get to. That is the part of meditation. That is the whole spiritual practice of it. So, the breath is really important within meditation, obviously, especially if you're choosing to use it as a point of focus. So when my mind starts pulling me in loads, I deepen my breath. And that's a good thing to notice once you've got this ability to like kind of realise when you're getting pulled in. My mind starts working, I start thinking, did I feed Hector? You know, what am I going to do at work next? Whatever comes in, whatever just turns up like a cloud. And then loads of thoughts come in and you breathe and you get it back into that focus, and the breath just pulls you back round every time. And that's the way to work it. And I do believe that these practices are a good cure to a lot of mental illnesses, and a good cure to a lot of, you know, anxiety and stresses that we have, if we choose to participate in these kind of practices. If you don't, that's fine, that's your choice. You've still made it this far through the video and you're learning more about meditation and how to simplify it if you ever do try it. So yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I could touch upon. Time and a space, yeah, that's another one. So time doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter how long you sat there. Obviously, when you're first starting, 5 to 10 minutes is enough. But when you get going with it and you really do almost enjoy it, because I enjoy it, it does become a part of your life, and it is something that you do enjoy doing. 20 to 25 minutes, even half an hour, even 45 minutes. It's really good to practice and extend and vary your times rather than just set times that you do it to. The least thing you want to do is create it like a have to. If you're wanting to simplify your practice, don't make it, oh, I have to meditate today, or I haven't meditated today. Just meditate when you want to meditate. Never try and make it a military thing. I meditate every day, but it's because I choose to and I want to. And it's become a routine and a habit that I like doing. I never used to be like that. It never started off like, right, I've got to do it every day. Not jot it down. The more you do that, the more it's just too much noise and too much calculation going on in your head. It just needs to be a simple act of, you know, I might meditate for 10 minutes. It's that kind of thing. Obviously, forming discipline as your practice goes on, you'll get more benefits from it because it turns into self-discipline and self-mastery. Also, space. The space that you meditate in. If you want to simplify your practice, create a little, you know, dojo for yourself, a little area that you go to and do your little practice, because it feels a bit more special then. And I've got 2 places in my house. Sometimes I meditate upstairs in bed. Sometimes I meditate with Buddha down here, and I sat on the cushion with Buddha and we meditate together, and it's all good and calm and peaceful. Create your little space, create your little area, because it just feels that bit more, I don't know, special, like it's a bit more of a practice and a place for you. You know, your time, your space. Every time you sit down within that space that you meditate in, you know, you'll easily slip into the mind state that you left there. So yeah, a few little tips to simplify your meditation practice. I hear a lot of people talk about it and they seem to make it into too much of a, I don't know, like an achievement thing, if that's the right way of going about it, like almost like a test. It's like, oh, I did well today and I didn't do well tomorrow. I did well yesterday, I didn't do well today. You know, I'm not reaching the state. The goal is not to get anywhere. You're not trying to get anywhere. The place you're trying to get to is here, and stay here and keep breathing within here and not go anywhere else. So yeah, man. Keep meditating, keep breathing, keep smiling, keep practicing. And that's the main thing if you want to get better at meditating. Practice, practice, practice. And enjoy your practice. It's fun. You're learning more about your system, your energies, you know, how your body, you can just do a simple thing with your body and it relaxes you, your deep breathing and everything. And yeah, try a few different avenues, pranayama breathing where you're holding the nostrils, or any kind of yogic breathing, anything, just give it a go and you'll soon learn more about yourself, more about your mind, more about your relationship with yourself and mind. And yeah man, you'll start to grow. As I always say on this channel, peace and love to anybody watching this. Make sure you take it easy. Thank you for enjoying my content. Keep staying tuned. I've got loads more ideas and fun stuff coming up. Yeah, man.